Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Matlock, the entrepreneur. So, in multiple videos, I've hinted that there's a lot going on to keep me from making videos. I really dislike when YouTubers spend like a minute or two in each video explaining why they haven't been making videos. I didn't want to do that. When I make a video, it's to entertain you guys, and I don't want to distract from that by saying, oh, look at how busy I am. And that's the thing, is that I've been very busy, and I didn't want to distract from the very few videos that I was able to produce in what I'm going to call the most stressful and busy time of my life, said the 20-year-old. So it's time for you all to get the answers that you've been waiting for. That is, if any of you are still around. 10 things that happened in the last year. Well, actually it's been a little bit longer than a year. 10 things that happened in the last 15 months. No, that sounds really incredibly specific. 10 things that happened in the last year or so of amount of time-ish. Yeah, that. Go! Thing number 1. After graduating from speech and debate in summer of 2016, at this point I'd graduated homeschooling but was taking a gap year to work at Chick-fil-A and finish speech and debate because I like debate. After finishing this, I started my post-high school education. Now, as with any post-high school education, you know you're not going to have a whole lot of time. And I knew there was a very, very good chance that videos would go down. Around this time, I'd had thoughts of starting my own podcast, and I decided to give it a whack. You know, podcast editing, it takes a lot less time than video editing. And so in September of 2016, I launched the Aux Cable podcast with my good friend Matthew Bird, this guy. You probably know him better as this, though. Starbucks run!
We didn't run though.
The podcast was launched with the same goal as the Entrepreneur YouTube channel, and that was to combine entertainment and education in a wonderful mix of goodness, but in podcast form. On this podcast, we give quality advice on everything. Everything. Because we're totally qualified to do that. Thing number 2. Fast forward to October. My friend Hannah, who is Daniel's sister from the worship band that I vlogged about, she and I made 2 videos as a collaboration in September. You may have seen them. We'd been growing our relationship since New Year's of 2016. I really liked her, and I felt that God was leading me towards a relationship with her. And so in October, after asking her and getting a very dumbfounded stare and me getting very nervous, and some very tense silence, she said, same. I'm no longer a single Pringle, guys. She's great. I think you'll all really like her. And if you don't, then... Thing number 3. You know that post-high school education I was talking about? Around the same time in 2016, I began Praxis, the alternative to college which I decided to pursue, which I mentioned in this video. There were 3 months of online classes, after which I was supposed to start my apprenticeship, but that fell in December, which is around the holidays, which is when nobody wants to hire anyone. Except retail workers, and that wasn't what I was going into. That's not what I wanted to have in store for me. I wasn't placed at a business partner until March, which honestly was kind of nice, actually. Got to spend Christmas with my family, got to do a few freelance projects in order to save money for the San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco's where I ended up. Which leads to number 4. I went skydiving, guys. I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. Totally because I wanted to. I totally originally decided on my own that I wanted to jump out of an airplane and pummel at fast miles per hour towards the ground. It was fun. I did actually end up hurting my head a little bit. If you can see if in slow motion here, I sort of whack my head into the instructor's helmet when he pulls the chute. But other than that, it was actually kind of fun. I did enjoy it. Why did I do this? Because I worked for a company called Autopilot, and aviation theme, and marketing stunt. Basically, because reasons. I learned very quickly what video marketing can entail. Number 5! On my hangout day with Chris Howard, he introduced me to Hamilton. Of course, I didn't listen to it all with him. I then ended up coming home, buying it, and listening to it on the BART train, and it was fantastic. Dang it, Chris, you made me cry on the metro train, in front of strangers. You realize this? Picture of Chris. I mean, I knew Hamilton was going to die, but... who lives, who dies, who tells your story? But yeah, I'm part of the Familton now. It's official. Chris welcomed me. Number 6, I got into photography. I took all of those on the way home. Speaking of which. Number 7, my 6-month apprenticeship was cut short at the 3rd month. Oh. but it was cut short because they hired me. Yay! I can officially say, I tried Praxis, I went through it, I got a job 3 years ahead of my peers who went to college. Fully employed without a college degree. Yeah! I am Ryan Matlock and I approve this message. I cut to a different camera shot because otherwise you would have seen, yeah! I like the other camera shot. Of course, I just showed you what this camera shot would have looked like, but you know why? Because I'm not throwing away my shot. Number 8, we can get through this, guys. I finally did it. I bought my own camera. Oh, wrong way. I finally did it, guys. I bought my own camera. Yeah. Every single other video on this channel has either been shot with a phone or with the Nikon D7000, which is a great camera. Problem though, it does not autofocus very well and it does not have a flip out screen, and I like this camera way better. I got the Canon 70D. Can you tell that I'm excited about my new toys? I really like my new toys, guys. It's very much fun to play with them. It's getting late. I should probably go to bed soon. Number 9, I moved home, as you can tell. I really miss my family, Hannah, my friends, teaching speech and debate, teaching Sunday school, living in Indiana just Indiana in general. I missed everything here. Long story short, though, things shook out to the point where I didn't need to be in San Francisco anymore. They said that they didn't need me in the position, though they were willing to have me, and I got a job offer the same day. It was really incredible how God worked everything out. Things worked out so my mom was able to come pretty much immediately to San Francisco, get all my stuff loaded up, and drive back. And also take all the pictures that you just saw. That's what we did as we traversed the country. So after finishing up my work in San Francisco and a very positive and very heartfelt send-off by the people who I was working with and a 2,000-mile car drive, I was home. And number 10, I didn't get a lot of content out during this period of my life. Sometimes it was work, but other times it was having to choose between content and family. And my priority, family comes first. And so unfortunately, content just hasn't been made, but you guys were all so supportive. When I talked about this stuff on my podcast, people were very kind in response, and some people even messaged me saying, don't worry about it, take a break if you have to, just you do you, don't worry about us. And that was a very selfless, gracious, and overall kind thing to do. So for those of you who are still here, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't promise that I'll be able to get content out on a regular basis, but I can say that I'm going to try, and that I'm looking forward to hopefully achieving that goal. And for those of you who didn't stay, wait a minute, they're not watching this video. I just hope that they feel like a disturbance in the force or something. Uh-oh. I feel a disturbance in the force. Oh, and one other thing, I hit 1,000 subscribers! Yes! Actually, I'm past 1,300 now. What? I honestly have no idea how that happened. And you know what that means? Q Ryan, either next week or the week after, depending on how fast I can get questions in. But regardless, we've got Q Ryan coming up. Also, Fantastic Fridays Season 2. Wait, was there Season 1? Honestly, I don't know where this is at. I think that, so I did the 50th episode, and then there were a couple episodes kind of sprinkled in there, and so I'm gonna just say that this video was the start of Season 2, but this is like the true start of Season 2, the new Fantastic Friday. But yeah, submit your questions. I will answer any question about myself, about life, about your problems, if you simply go to the comment section and type in #QRyan along with your questions, or you can do this at Twitter, where my handle is @RyanMatlock. Again, #QRyan to send in your questions for #QRyan. Is this the 5th or 6th episode? It's an episode. You'll find out. Here's to 2018, guys. It's gonna have a glass of Arnold Palmer here, but I don't have any Arnold Palmer in the house, and I forgot to pick some up, so you get invisible drink. Improv.